And now, a word from our sponsor, Anchor. Have you ever thought of starting your own podcast? When I was trying to get this podcast off the ground, I had a lot of questions. How do I record an episode? How do I get my shows into all the apps people like to listen to? How do I make money from this podcast? The answer to every one of these questions is really simple. Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. Best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use. And now Anchor can match you with great sponsors who want to advertise on your podcast. That means you can get paid to podcast right away. In fact, that's what I'm doing right now by reading this ad. So if you've always wanted to start a podcast making money doing it, go to anchor.fm/start to join me in the diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start. I can't wait to hear what you guys do. You had mentioned some of the, the Arabic Israel letters and everything that you guys were using. On the cover of Eternal, there's like it almost looks like a billboard, and I think it says homies in English, and then there's some sort of other language in there. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's got to be the 3D artist that you mentioned.
Yeah, the Quentin.
Yeah, that's all Quentin. So, okay. Oh, so you can see the logo, how simple the logo was going back here. Okay, so there's 3 artists on this. So Quentin did all the background, and you can see by the texture. So the Omis, I don't know what that means. And even now it was Donald's idea to put Eric in the window, but Quentin actually did it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think
then
you said that.
The Photoshop of them on the picture is me, and then the pentagram is Donald.
I was going to ask, I've read on your Facebook page, and I don't think a lot of fans know, but the piece that says E1999 Eternal, it almost looks like a backward 7. I read that that's actually the left side of a pentagram. Is that right?
Yeah, the triangle?
Yes.
You guys didn't know that?
I don't think like anybody's ever, because I mean even Lazy Bone still puts that on t-shirts and stuff, and I think Lazy Bone would probably be bummed out if he knew he was putting a pentagram on his t-shirt.
Well, they got mad at me a couple of times because I said some stuff, because they're spiritual people. They got mad at me a couple of times.
Did you guys ever get too spooky? Like was some of this artwork just too spooky for them? Like some of the pentagrams and.
Not for Busy Bone. Not for Busy. Never was. But yeah, that's the left side of the pentagram. If you look at Eric's last album, you can see that I hand drew that on the background too. There's like a little triangle in the background.
Did you guys ever have some artwork that you presented that was just flat out rejected because it was just too much?
You guys are all gonna hate me, but I got to tell you, Bone did not have that much to do with their artwork.
That's fair. That's a question we've always wondered if they were involved like that, or if this was more like Ruthless and the artist just kind of building this imagery.
They did not have that much to do with it. I mean, Busy really got into it, but nope, not back then. Yeah.
Wow. Hey, that's good. I've always wondered if Ruthless or who was it that kind of had the vision, because the stuff is very consistent, and I mean even I've always appreciated that even like the singles and it goes to show you that singles were important back then in a way that they may not be now, but even like I thought it was creative, like the Crossroads single was made, and it was a cross, but it said Crossroads, and it was simple, but I thought that was a great idea, and everything's very unified from, I would say the Art of War down. I mean, you guys even did a great job kind of unifying and continuing Creeping on a Come Up, even though that wasn't a project you were involved with.
Yeah.